Hey guys, it's Celestia here, and today I will be reading one of my short horror stories called It's Normal. Enjoy. It was a nice sunny, cloudless day as it always was in Wild Hill. The weather always perfect, the people always nice to one another, perfectly normal. Mr. John always gave flowers to Mrs. Jennings, and Frederick always walks his dog at exactly 4:53 p.m. every day. And in this very normal town, there are very normal cases to solve, like every time Mrs. Cathy's cat gets stuck in an old willow tree. Perfectly normal. In this very normal town, there's a very normal high school with very normal students. Among these very normal students is a very normal girl with a very normal life. Like everyone, she has all A's and goes from school to work and goes home to her very normal house, where she lives with her very normal parents. She also has a very normal name. Her very normal name is Nix. Nix is very happy with her very normal life, and her very normal friends, and her very normal job. Every day is perfect and exactly as normal as the last. But what is normal? One day, something mysterious happens. Something or someone not very normal appears into town. And they turn out to be the new kid at Wild Hill High. There are never new kids at Wild Hill High. It wasn't very normal. It was 11:47 a.m. The students would usually be reading, when everyone at first was surprised at the entrance and fantastically non-normal features of this new kid. After 10 minutes of staring, the normal teacher had finally introduced him to the class as Nick. There were no Nicks in the town of Wild Hill. There were several Jims, Stacys, Jonathans, and Jeremys, but no Nicks. Of course there was one Nicks. But it was completely normal. Everyone knew Nicks. Nobody knew Nick. Nick sat next to Nix. Nobody knew why. They just said it was normal, but it wasn't. It was different, right? It wasn't normal. Although, what is normal? Nobody seemed to question. Every day Nick came to school and sat next to Nix. They had every class together. Jonathan Smith, Nix's best friend, thought this wasn't normal. Some part of him felt mysterious that the new arrival wasn't very normal, as he claimed. Little did they know that he was right. Right? A week later, people started to going missing. And odd, very normal things started appearing. Porcelain dolls. They showed up at everyone's doorsteps. The police weren't trained for this, so they just questioned everyone, not suspecting the newcomer. He seemed too normal to be a suspect, yet everyone did. The disappearances continued. As the weeks passed, Nick started getting porcelain dolls. This wasn't very normal. A very normal kid from school, Jeremy, had been missing as well. Nick started suspecting of Nick. Nobody actually knew him, but she wouldn't actually investigate, because very normal high schoolers didn't investigate disappearances. Although, one mysterious morning, the sky was full of clouds and the sun wasn't out. But that wasn't the worst part. Jonathan was missing. Not only that, but half the class was nowhere to be found. The teachers, when people asked, just said, "It's normal." Was it all normal? Was it all in Nix's head? The day ended. She went to her room to prepare for slumber when she realized something that made her blood go cold. There was a faint light coming from every porcelain doll's eyes. When she looked closer, she knew what they were. Cameras. The killer had been watching her. She had to throw them all away in the trash instantly. The next morning, her parents were gone. And there was a knock at the door. She looked through the peephole. It was Jonathan! She opened the door so quickly and screamed. It was him, but he was porcelain. She ran to the church. As she ran, she heard footsteps, fast, angry footsteps behind her. Then, blackness. Light dawned on the dark figure. He screamed. "I knew it! I knew it!" "Oh, Nick," said the figure. "You should have never disrupted our very normal town. Now you must pay the consequence." The figure then poured liquid porcelain down Nick's throat as he tried to scream, "Stop, Nick!" His pulse died with his words. Nix was a very normal girl, and she could finally return to her very normal life. Hey, I'm going to move on to my second short horror story of the day. It's called The Dog, and please enjoy. It was a beautiful day in Stacy's town. She was given a long shift at the clinic, but she didn't mind. She was fantastic at her job thanks to her special ability. Stacy was able to hear the thoughts of animals. This allowed her to find out exactly what was wrong with every animal she was given. She loved her job. It was getting late. Stacy only had 1 hour left on her shift. This guy came in with a sick-looking dog. He told her that this dog, Pooh Bear, needed to be euthanized due to the sickness and pain his dog was in. Stacy just agreed, as long as the dog could be at peace and in no more pain. She brought the dog to her operating room and started to get the shot ready for the procedure and everything. As she was getting the serum and the needle, the dog spoke to her, or thought to her. He told her that he was a human and that he was being trapped in the body of the dog. And he also told her that his owner kidnapped him. She didn't believe it. She could only hear the thoughts of animals, not humans. So she just ignored the dog and came closer with the needle. As she was ready to give him the shot, it muttered, "I told you not to do that." Stacy then stumbled backwards, but before she could do anything, the dog's skin was unzipped or ripped open from the inside. Then out crawled on all fours an all-black human-like figure. It charged at Stacy and said, "You should have listened." Then it told her not to do that again, and it tore out her heart, and her vision went dark.